Healing fam, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about how, not all men are, like I always say, but majority of men, that's what's common out there, will harvest your literal energy just so they can feed off of that. And I also want to highlight clips and my perspective on how certain men that you are married to or long-term relationship with are your biggest enemy. You might be sleeping with your literal enemy. Watch those shows like The Dark Psychology of like 48 Hours, 2020, Dateline, things like that. And you know what I mean. Okay, bye. I'll come back with my points.
Hey guys, I just thought I would quickly answer this. Do you believe that men can siphon our energy, or is it simply that we give too much? So the simple answer is, it's both. But a man siphoning your energy is real, and you need to recognize the signs, okay? The signs are very simple. Number one, you feel drained and exhausted after having interactions with him. Emotionally, mentally, you just feel so depleted after being with him. Number two, if you feel like there's some sort of energy imbalance in the relationship, and what I mean by that is he just keeps taking. You seem to be giving and he's just taking, but he never gives back to you. You never feel like he's providing any sort of value in your life, but yet you are running around pandering to him, okay? If you sense even the slightest shift in somebody's energy, you need to monitor, because chances are the guy is there just siphoning your energy. A woman protects the man's spirit. He senses that you're giving this strong, nurturing, divine, feminine energy. He is going to take it. If you feel like the scales are off, if you feel like you're giving but he's just taking, you feel like he's not matching your energy, you're the one constantly initiating conversations, initiating plans, there is an energy imbalance, and it means he is siphoning your energy.
Men will harvest your energy if you let them. I literally just got off the phone with a dude that I haven't spoken to in a year. This dude is very big on social media. I think it has like, I don't know, hundreds and thousands of followers. And I always push the narrative for women to get something out of the situation, because men will do anything just to get your attention and your time. That is called energy harvesting. I haven't spoken to this man in a year, and the last time we spoke, we didn't even get into an argument. He wanted me to come join him last minute, like for dinner. I was like, that's not how I move. And he was like, but you're here in this city. How can you not want to? I was like, bro, I told you a week ago I was coming. Someone brought me here. I can, if you need me to come back here, you need to fly me here. You need to purchase my ticket and my accommodation and bring me there. And this man had recently bought like a really expensive car, so he was feeling brand new. So now he's back. I'm like, what you want, bro? What is it that you want? So now he's missing that energy that I was giving him. The sad thing, when someone disappears and a year goes by, I'm a whole different beast now. I don't even know how he's gonna try and tame this. He's talking about us. I'm ready to purchase a house. Bro, that's not my problem. Where's my apartment? Where's my? Get off my phone, please.
And women, ladies, we gotta wake up. For many of us women and men too in the diaspora, embracing this part of the culture and merging that with the culture back home is a beautiful thing, because you can learn a lot. That's why, at least myself, I'm here. But the point of playing his video is how much a lot of our men don't realize that it's not a flex to sleep around, not having not having intimacy discipline, just because a woman looks beautiful or you have the capability to chase after another woman, chasing skirt after skirt and after skirt, creating a bunch of broken home, leaving one woman for the next and thinking that's a flex. You don't know how much generational trauma we are recreating, not willing to do the work. Look at the pattern. It's all about the quick dopamine hit. It's all about ego. Many men like that, they lack communication skills. They lack emotional bandwidth to communicate and resolve conflict. Heck, many of them lack financial discipline. All they do is spend their money on the next thing, buying a new convert, buying maybe a new house, paying for apartment, things from side chicks, not even one. They are not discreet. They bring you headaches, heartaches, sleeplessness. You can't focus on your work as a woman because you're constantly worried, chasing, doing FBI agent work, trying to check his phone. Listen, you gotta realize that that's not normal. That's not how relationships are to be. And you're in a church and you're high religious woman too. You're being told, oh, just pray for him, love him more, care for him. He will change. Men like that never change. They will never change unless something provokes them to change. Your tears, you sliding down the walls in your home, you being crazy, not taking care of yourself, not finding your purpose, just not going back to school, working on yourself, your credit, your money, your energy, your potential. These men who siphon your feminine energy, harvest it, they will look good, they will get the muscle, right? Because you're giving them their energy, they get that dopamine here, they get about, and you are drained. Next thing you know, now they're ghosting you, they're stonewalling you, they're not paying you attention, and then you're spending all your day worried about what he's doing and not doing, checking his phone, getting calls. I got a call from a woman the other day, and she's like, oh my God, did you do something with my da-da-da-da? I'm like, my person has been following online, I suspect da-da-da. I'm like, how low do you think, just because I'm single, you think I'm just gonna be like opening it up to, like, seriously? Some of you say you have standards, and the fact is there's so many women out there who have zero standards. Like the bottom is the bottomless, the pit is the pit, and they will chase, especially after married men. Okay, a lot of these men are ruthless, they are evil, they will drain you, they're after just one thing and one thing only, different coochies. They won't build with you. Forget it. Save your money, save your energy, work on yourself, and find your peace. Hold on your emotions, work on your insecurities. If they have, they play mind games, so you have to recognize the games that men play and play with it. Like, damn, if you're spending so much time chasing after who he's liking on Instagram and actually making that call to that woman, you have hit rock bottom. And if you don't recognize that, I hit rock bottom, and you see red flags flopping right in your face, and you're spending so much time figuring out what this man is doing, not figuring out what to do with your life. If your ex left, just let it be your ex, because if he comes back, he's only coming back to finish the dirty work that he couldn't finish before. Have abundance mindset and know there are billions of men, and being okay with being single in the meantime while you heal and work on yourself too, so you can attract that right man into your space. Is you have to be able to sit with yourself in the discomfort, being out there dating, making the mistakes. Because if you're not dating, if you're not out there, you might think you're healed, but unless you're out there actively practicing, you can be in therapy. But if you're not getting off the therapist chair and actually doing the work, that's why I say therapy is great. I advocate for therapy, but beyond therapy, you have to practice it. You have to make the mistakes. You have to find out what your attachment styles are. You have anxious attachment. If you're partner with somebody who's avoidant, whatever baggage they are bringing, because everybody has some baggage, can your bandwidth tolerate that?
So I heard from this creator, so this didn't come from me, that men harvest women's energy, their love energy, because the energy of love is a very high vibrational energy, and love always comes naturally. It's not a learned response, it's a natural response. And when love comes from a woman and is given to a man, that whole man's life can change. But men harvest that energy without reciprocating. And I feel that is wrong. And then they turn around and and use that same energy with other women, providing them material things, while this other woman sits back and just opens her heart to him, and he treats her like crap. I know one thing. Before I give my energy away, his heart needs to be open. Needs to be open. Because if not, the only person that's going to benefit from said energy is me. Yeah, I'm selfish like that. Because I tell you, I really thought about her statement when she said this. And when I realized that is the reason why men that you have been involved with, that you've given your love to, come back, or they're calling you. Like, I got guys calling me from 10 years ago. And then when you emit such an energy of confidence, love, self-worth, you attract a lot. Because you can't control who you attract. But you can control who you give your attention to. And the thing is, I only give attention to people who reciprocate the same. Free exchange is not a robbery. I'm just saying.
For the ladies, you guys are natural healers. You guys multiply the things that men give to you. You guys are amazing. Women are amazing. But if you guys are carrying a lot of trauma, a lot of sadness, a lot of heavy energy, you're carrying another man's energy, right, that you're not supposed to be with, it can kind of mess you up on the inside, and you're not able to give yourself to the masculine man fully. That baggage is deadly, because that baggage, it takes away that mental bandwidth, and not only that mental bandwidth, but you're just your essence, your feminine essence. A lot of women, some women out there have such beautiful energy, but it gets robbed, it gets siphoned by men that are not good for you. A lot of times they're calling it even like a vampire. There's like a new word for it. They call it harvesting your energy. That's what they call it. They harvest your energy, and then now you're out here, you can't even give to the right man, right? So you can really receive in your energy as a woman. It's crazy. Just recognize that you have such a power to heal, but also to multiply the things that a man can give to you.
So what if I told you that men can manifest unknowingly or knowingly through intimacy or simply just being around you? Yes, that's how powerful the feminine energy is. So yeah, it's not just a coincidence. Men, knowingly or unknowingly, will tap into your feminine energy and use it as fuel. And I like to call this an STE, a sexually transmitted energy. I don't care if you're abstinent, I don't care if you're celibate, because it's not just about sex, it's about energy. Yeah, men will tap into your energy, into your essence, and use it to elevate themselves. So they are transmuting your energy for success, for abundance, for their own personal growth. And these transfers happen through conversation, through physical touch, and through emotional availability. Your presence and attention is enough to fuel them. Feminine energy comes natural to us, but they have to work for it. They need to balance their masculine energy with your feminine energy. That's why a lot of successful men are surrounded by women. Have you noticed that? Look, Jeff Bezos, the guy that did Amazon, he divorced his wife, and all the men were like, she took half of his money. You would think after divorce and after she took half his money that he would enjoy his billions by himself, single, freshly divorced. But no, what did he do? He got a new woman. I forget her name. But no, he quickly got another woman. They always have a wife. They always have a woman near them. They know, and a lot of these men, like successful men, they're really, they're spiritual, and they know the spiritual benefits of being around a woman and honoring the divine. You get blessed when you honor the divine, okay? Think about it. Most men that don't honor the divine woman, they don't get blessed, and they get uglier and uglier and uglier, and their money, they get broke. You need to ask yourself, does he love me or does he love my energy? And this is why you see it. When a man is on his come up and he's dating a girl, a Bill the Barbara, what happens? He uses her for his come up, and then when he's made it, he discards her.
He doesn't need her anymore. He's got his energy to fulfill his desires. Come on now. So I want you to understand your power. I want you to stop giving it away easily. Another way to protect your energy is to distance yourself. Don't be afraid to pull away. When you pull away, you're going to notice that they're going to want a reaction out of you. So this is the thing. It doesn't matter if it's positive energy from you or negative. They don't care as long as it's coming from a woman. So when you distance yourself, they may say something to you, maybe start triangulation, maybe add another girl to make you feel jealous, to make you want to text him back. They will do something for your attention because they want to take you out of character, because that's still energy that they are taking from you. Are you getting it now? Are you getting it? Everything they do is energy. Even the guys that text you and then ghost you, they just wanted your energy for that split second. Even if they weren't going to take you out on a date, they just wanted to feel. They wanted to feel alive, because that's what it does. It makes them feel alive.
They're harvesting your feminine energy, and they know it, and you know it. And it is why you never feel safe to go the next level in your feminine energy, but safe enough to fully trust him and open up to him. I started wondering, why is it that as soon as this man becomes famous and his page starts growing, he leaves her? It is because now that he is full of this abundance, now that he is full of this success, she is drained because he has taken it all. He has harvested it all. This is where I get really angry, because I feel my purpose on this planet is to protect and defend women. And when I see this trend happening, I think it's so clear he is harvesting from her. We've got to cut this out. That is why I'm so passionate to make this video.
As a woman, you need to be able to tell the difference when a man is harvesting your energy and when he's siphoning your energy, because they do both, and there's a difference between the two. Let's go over the difference. Harvesting. When a man is harvesting your energy, he is coming to you to get you to give your energy to him freely. Keyword, freely. What is harvesting? Harvesting is the act of collecting from a natural source. So for example, when you go to the beach and you collect stones or seashells from the beach, you are harvesting. The beach is giving you her resources for free. It's free for the taking. Another example is a garden. When a garden grows its herbs, its fruits, its vegetables, it is free for you to come to the garden and pick all that it's grown, right? You're harvesting. Harvesting is considered ethical because it is something being given away freely. A lot of women do not realize how much of themselves they give away freely to others. Women do not realize how much of their energy, how much of their life force they give away for free. So, how does a man harvest your energy? One way is just by getting your attention. He'll reach out to you through social media. When a man reaches out to you through social media, he wants your attention. And when you give him the attention, he is harvesting it. He is collecting. And men like this who reach out to women on social media, they will reach out to multiple women, and they're harvesting from multiple sources. All these women are giving away their energy to this man freely. The reason why he's doing it, for personal growth. He's harvesting the energy for empowerment. Women need to realize how much of their energy and their attention empowers men, how much of your energy helps them grow. Another way a man will harvest a woman's energy is by being friends with you. Most men that reach out to you wanting to be friends, they're actually interested in you sexually, but they know they can't get you, so they will settle with being friends with you just to be able to harvest your energy, just to be able to have the access to you and to get your attention. Again, this is considered ethical because you are giving it for free. Okay, there's a lot of other ways that a man will harvest your energy, but let's move on to siphoning. When a man is siphoning your energy, it is the purpose of coming to you, getting access to you, and depleting you, taking your energy, and usually it's without your consent. So they will manipulate you or inflict pain on you to get that energy. So siphoning is a lot more diabolical than harvesting. Harvesting is the act of collecting from the natural source being you. Siphoning is the act of depleting. It's the act of consuming. They don't just want to come to your beach and collect some stones and collect some seashells. They want it all. So think of a well that has water in it. Someone who wants to harvest will come and throw their bucket in there, collect their water, got what they wanted, and then bounce. That's someone who harvested. Someone who wants to siphon you is looking at that well, and they don't just want a bucket. They want all the water that's in there. That is siphoning. So when a man wants to siphon you, he's gonna try to get into a romantic relationship with you. Unlike the men who want to harvest your energy, they will want to get your attention, they will flirt with you, they will show interest, and then they'll go ghost. Because their purpose was to just collect and harvest the energy that they wanted from you to build themselves up, and then they bounce. The thing with these type of men, the ones that harvest your energy, is every once in a while, they'll come back and get your attention again to see if you're still a source that they can tap into, to see if they can still harvest from you. All right? But as for the men who want to siphon your energy, they will want to get your attention, they'll show interest, they will flirt, and they will really pursue you. He's gonna pursue you because he really does want you, but not in the way that you think. He doesn't want you. He wants your energy. He wants your life force. So these type of men that want to siphon you will love bomb the hell out of you and future fake you. They will tell you whatever you need to hear. They will study you and make sure that they're the man that you want them to be. They will future fake you by promising an engagement down the line, promising a marriage, promising a family. All right? Everything that you want, everything that you dream of in a relationship, he will give you the appearance, and he'll even act it out. He'll even do it. So these men who want to siphon your energy, he will love bomb you and future fake you because he really wants you to open up. And he not only wants you to open up to him, he also wants you to grow. You know what I mean? When a woman is in love, she glows differently. That's because the light inside of her is really, really shining. He's essentially fattening you up to consume you. Think of the story of Hansel and Gretel. Do you remember how the witch kept feeding Hansel candy to fatten him up before she would consume him? That's essentially what he's doing. Another example is from the movie Stardust. In the movie, there is a fallen star, and there are these witches that are hunting her because they want to consume her heart. They want to consume her light because it makes them more beautiful, it makes them younger, it gives them vitality. Now, there's a scene in the movie where the witch was able to get close to the star, but she didn't just attack the star right away. No, she had to lure the star in, make her feel comfortable, make her feel warm, make her feel special. Because when someone feels special, they feel safe, they're able to open up and they glow. The witch's plan was once she sees that glow, that's when she delivers the attack. That's when she consumes her. That's what these men will do. They will fatten you up, or they will get you to glow, and then they'll start to siphon you. He will start to say little things to make you insecure about your body. He will start checking out girls in front of you and acting like it was no big deal just to make you insecure about yourself. He'll chip away at your confidence. He will start doing things and behaving in ways that he never used to just to hurt you so that he can siphon your energy. And he'll keep building it up. And then in the end, he will do something big that will really hurt you to deliver the final blow and deplete you of all your energy.
Why do they even have the time to harvest in the first place? Can you imagine that a man is running around the fields, picking flowers, picking berries, picking fruit, and going, this is so fun. This is how I get filled up. Because when men take your feminine energy and they do 50-50 with you and you are providing for them, that's what they are doing. They're running around this grass field, picking up flowers, picking up women, and taking their energy. That gives me the ick. Honestly, can you imagine a king doing that? No, he's sitting in his palace building his empire.
The narcissist takes your goodness, your light, your favor, and gives you their darkness. And this is absolutely true. The narcissist basically destiny swaps with you in a sense. Not really, but it feels like they destiny swap with you because they steal all your attributes. They steal all your positive, beautiful qualities. The narcissist goes out of their way to hunt out people, prey on people who have very beautiful qualities because they don't have those qualities within themselves. And so once they find somebody like that, they slowly but surely begin to siphon their energy. They begin to steal those qualities and take them for themselves, while you in turn are being drained like a battery without a charger. And all of a sudden you start to have these very dark qualities. You start to feel the darkness surrounding you and encompassing you and overpowering you. The narcissist's energy is so very strong and so very overpowering that they can dim your light for sure. They can never extinguish it because that's something that's inherent within you that you will always possess, but they can dim it. And while they're dimming it, it's like they're stealing it from you and raising themselves. So if you ever start to feel like not yourself when you're with somebody, like they're draining your energy, don't ignore that feeling. Please don't ignore that feeling, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're draining your energy and they're using it for themselves. In the meanwhile, they're giving you all of their negative qualities. So stay protected, y'all. Don't let these people drain your energy.
Men are always harvesting your energy, girl. Once you become aware of that, you're going to finally start valuing your own time. You're not just going to let it get wasted by any guy who gives you attention, any low value, dusty dude who is all words, no action, doesn't provide anything of value to you in your life. Listen, even in the workplace, this happened to be so many times where male coworkers, managers, bosses, literally, your presence alone, just making eye contact, just listening to them. I mean, girls, how many times have you had male friends, male coworkers, just men in general, talk to you, dump stuff on you, talk through their problems, treat you like the therapist? Just by your presence alone, just by listening, existing is healing for them. And they will take it. If you keep giving it away for free, they will keep taking it from you. And this is why when you're dating, you have to be really careful. Only entertain men or spend time with men, or even texting. Men can harvest your energy when you freaking text with them. They could be across the globe. They could literally be in another dimension, and they could harvest your energy through your attention, through your aura, just your consciousness. If you put your consciousness and you think about that man at all, he is harvesting something from you. Okay, mark my words. When you realize this, like I did, girl, you're going to become free. You know why? Because all of the energy, all of the attention you were giving away to these men, you're finally going to be able to turn that energy back to yourself and nurture yourself, level yourself up, heal yourself. So don't entertain men who don't show through action that they want to provide for you something in your life, something tangible. Do not give your energy away to men for free.
Hi, Gina Tracy here, your favorite psych nurse practitioner. We're on this internet street. I help women through coaching, therapy, all of it, to minimize the length of time they're staying in. Should I go? Should I stay? Hi, Healing Fam. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you for checking my video today. Give me a like, a share, subscribe so you can get more videos like this one, so YouTube can push my videos out to a lot more people. So in today's video, we're going to talk about when is it time to walk away and save your dignity and save your face. Okay, let's get right into it. I'll come back with my commentary. Okay, bye.
So that lady who was on here crying about how she gave her 401k to her husband to pay back child support and he was cheating on her with her first cousin, it's prime example of why you should always choose yourself. Do you see how he was okay with her using her resources, using her finances, kind of putting herself in a very shitty situation to help him out of his situation? That's a prime example of how men always choose themselves. So ladies, you don't have to experience this first-handedly to take some lessons that she should have learned, and now she has to learn the hard way. You can apply these lessons to your life moving forward. Always choose yourself. Never give a man your money. Never tap into your savings to give to another person. It doesn't even have to be a man. Always prioritize yourself, your well-being, and your mental health. Another lesson that could be learned is if he had back child support and he's not taking care of his current kids, what makes you think that when you step into that life with him that he's going to take care of you, take care of your kids, and prioritize y'all's life together? He was a big walking red flag, because a man that is not taking care of his children, his responsibility, is not a man you want to be near. And to that woman, if you haven't done already, make sure you're separating finances. Go talk to a financial advisor, and then go talk to an attorney if you haven't already started the divorce process. See what you're entitled to. I'm not sure if you're even able to recoup some of that money back, but go talk to the experts in that area. They may give you an idea or help you navigate the situation. Next, they're saying that he left you with 2 kids. That may be considered child abandonment. I'm not sure where you live, but go ahead and talk to your lawyer. Can I file a report for child abandonment against this man, because he left you with those kids clearly, and I don't think, based on the situation, that he's planning to come back, but an attorney should be able to help you with that. And lastly, you're dealing with a lot emotionally, and I hope you have a strong support system in place, but I would consider going to therapy for the situation and just building your community and moving forward, learning from this very hard lesson that you've had to learn. And I wish you all the best in the future, and I hope you keep your head up.
So you're asking yourself, you are asking yourself several times a day, all the time. You're ruminating in your head all the time. Should I go? Should I stay? Should I leave him? What should I do? You have done all the things. You have begged, you have cried, you have seen the sign. If you're dealing with a man who is very crafty, who is for the streets, who is a dusty, who knows how to play the game, whose boys around him also play the game, talk about the game. They are in the manosphere. They are red pillar mindset. You listen to all those podcasts, you can see it. You don't have to have direct evidence. You have the urge to check his phone and recheck it. Stalking him on Instagram, even though you're together. He's inconsistent. He's consistently inconsistent. It's showing you. You're looking at other couples, there's such an ease about their relationship. Yes, all relationships are not created equal. And what you see sometimes on the outside of being posted is not always true for what happens behind closed doors. But at the same time, your woman's intuition is telling you there's something that's not right. He's constantly, consistently too busy for you. If once a month or once a quarter at least, he's not bothering to plan your date, plan dates nights for you. You are the one constantly planning it, dragging him along like a dog on the leash. Like, come on, let's go. I want to go. You're there, and they're literally sitting there like they're not in the mood. Their attitude is real. They're on their phone. They're checked out. They're being mean to the whatever. People in the restaurant, at the parking lot, even when he's driving, he's cold. He comes home late. He's quiet. He's distant. There's no intimacy. He's not talking to you like he used to. You're constantly wanting to go back to the first 3 dates that you had. And you're like, oh my God, if only he can go back to being like that, chasing you. Now you're finding yourself in that hustle where you're chasing him. That might be the sign where you're like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. This relationship is draining me. When you keep asking yourself that question, you keep checking your phone. He didn't text you. He didn't respond to that. You sent me that text like 5 hours ago. He didn't respond yet. He hasn't responded. He comes home sometimes at 8. Sometimes you come at midnight. Sometimes, for God's sake, come at 2 a.m. Listen, big sister here from experience. And sometimes he literally blatantly will just not come home. And that's where the point where it's like there is animosity in his heart for you. This is why when you watch those shows and those women sit there and they ignore the red flags, or they're too busy chasing and not realizing that this man is starting to literally it you. And there's a lot of women are committed to the longevity of being in that relationship than facing the fact that this man literally has changed. And people change. People have the liberty to change, and taking and willing back your power as a feminine, as the energetic one, recognizing that as a woman you have power, whether you're with someone, with a husband or not with a husband, in a relationship or not with a relationship. That's where your self-worth, your self-respect comes paramount, and being able to walk away. The power to walk away is the power. Wasting your time, your lengthy messages, voice notes, getting dysregulated, being crazy. Like, if you're in your late 30s, 40s, and you're still doing that kind of crap, like, cut it out. Because some of these men, they know exactly what they're doing. But when you wake up to it and you're like, especially if men who have been into multiple relationships and those relationships have not worked, maybe you might need to talk to their exes to find out what happened. A man who might not be consistently present in his previous children's lives and blamed his ex for his inability to be in the children's lives, that's a red flag, first of all, but you're with him already. So, okay, I'm sorry, you're there. So now what do? Now he's flipping the card on you. He's taking the mask off and you're seeing it, because when he's one person, that's always that he can put the mask on the beginning, but that's who he's going to present to you eventually. But we ignore it because the first 3 days was really great. He brought his representative and you got deceived because your abandonment issues within you, the big gaping hole within you, your inability to think that it's okay for you to provide for yourself in this life and know that it's okay, that you will be okay, and making peace with that. And not having to twist yourself, like bring yourself things that bring you joy on the constant basis, being intentional about that, and knowing that, okay, I have the agency to walk away from this bullshit, and it's what it is, bullshit, and then cutting your losses. Like, okay, cut my losses. Like, it is what it is, it ain't what it ain't. Que sera, sera. And you rather will it back in and be like, okay, what lesson does this relationship teach me? What did I learn from this? What can I do better? What would I do better next time the goal comes around? Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the relationships in the future. But you have to be willing to have that power, that agency to see it. It's in the inconsistencies. It's in the exhaustion that you are experiencing, trying so hard to make it work. And even if you're in there and committed to staying, maybe because of finances, a lot of times the reason why majority of women will stay, and I get it, I've been there. That's why it takes women sometimes 7 years or more before they're able to make that final decision, even though that first decision started 7 years back. But they have to plan towards it, and you have to strategically be willing to sit and plan it, and which I get and I applaud you. But while you're in the waiting phases, wheel back, keep your peace, because when you see a lot of these men don't just change, especially when they say they think they have power over you or power to trigger you, because they get that energy from triggering you, from doing things, from giving you the silent treatment, stonewalling you, being inconsistent, talking to other girls, liking girls on Instagram with BBLs and their big boobs, and you think, oh, okay, maybe if I lose weight for you, go do whatever, Botox, plastic surgery for you, go exercise for you, drink that water for you, eat healthy for you. If you're praying and fasting because you want to be...
I understand the betrayal. I went through something similar years ago. Boy, that hurt. When I tell you I feel for this woman, like, oh my God, I feel for this woman so badly. But you do not empty out your savings to pay a man's back child support. If a man that you are with has back child support, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. And you emptying out your 401k, that 401k is for you. That's for your security, for you to be able to retire and live off of. And you emptied it out for him to pay back child support for adult children, not children, like not children. These are adult children that he owes back child support on. She emptied out the 401k and gave it to him, and he cleaned out her savings and then left her for this cousin. Y'all, when I tell you I would be crashing the fuck out, I'm talking about I would be doing everything in my power to make him and her my next co-star in an episode of Snap. Don't play with me. Bruh, some men out here ain't shit. And women, cause first cousin, and the way the cousin is on the phone, and she don't give it, you could tell she don't give a damn. It's so messed up. So messed up. Y'all.
Not only did he hurt her feelings, he done messed up her family. He messed up his family. And how he gonna be with the cousin? I think he left her to be with the cousin, y'all. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. That would take me, that'll just throw me in the garbage. That'll throw my whole feelings in the garbage. It would take only God himself to pick me up from that. Like, how can her cousin do that? How can you do that? How can you break somebody's heart like that? How do you even look at somebody else's man that's not yours? How do you do that to a family? Even if you did find yourself liking him, okay, you might have thought he was cute, but how do you do that? Why would you do that? What would make you do that? Like, I don't understand. That was so heartbreaking.
Your husband was having an emotional and physical affair with your cousin, and you thought it was a good idea to set up your camera and be on the phone crying big tears to cousin Faith, the perpetrator. And Faith ain't had nothing to say. You talking about, why me? Why me? And Faith just like, girl. And you emptied out your 401k to give to a man to pay his back child support for his kids, but he put himself first. He emptied out your bank account and left you and your kids with nothing. Child, this is so far from a laughing matter, but I find it so hard to feel bad. Like, I don't know, like, I just can't bring myself to feel bad for stupidity. Why would you empty out your 401k? Why would you get with a man who has back child support? Why would you get with a man who on child support at all? Because you're not about to dip in my pocket for nobody else. I'm so sorry. And them type of women be the same ones looking down on other women that accept money and gifts from men. Look, if you're not the gold digger, likely the man you're with is the gold digger.
I need to get off TikTok because y'all about to run my blood pressure up. You saying there's a girl or a woman, a grown woman, who emptied out her whole 401k to pay a nigga's child support of kids that belongs to another woman? You're telling me, again, a grown ass woman empty out all of her 401k savings to pay a nigga's child support to kids that belongs to another woman? We listen, we don't judge. Sometimes it's okay to judge. Judge. The term good sense of judgment, the word judge is in good sense of judgment. Yes. Some things needs to be judged. I mean, did she had a friend did she consult this with first? A family she consult this with first? They didn't. I know you can't stop somebody from doing something, but at least they say, girl, that would be dumb as if you do some bullshit like that before she actually did it. At least that first. Even though sometimes people gonna do what they want to do anyway. And on top of that, to find out the same man you empty out your 401k for to pay all his child support for kids that belongs to another woman, he ends up cheating on you with a family member that you're close to. This is not tea. This is just an example of how it's important for women to have self-preservation. Self-preservation. I don't give a how much you attach to this person or how much you think you love them or lust them. Self-preservation is key. I'm all for companionship. I'm all for a nice, mushy, lovely romance when it's genuine. But do not be detrimental to yourself because of it. Consequences are always got to be paid. Karmic debt must be paid. To have sympathy is one thing. Okay. But to understand
You can't expect so many people to feel sorry for you when you have to be accountable and learn this lesson and pay this karma debt. And you can also say, I don't care, it ain't my business, it ain't my problem, which it's not. It ain't my business, it ain't my problem either. But to speak on it, to say, hey, no one she consulted with or let her know before this happened saying, hey, you're being a dumbass. She need more Aquariuses in her circle. Let me stop. But she need more people that's going to keep it real. Self-love, self-preservations. Regardless of how much you think you love somebody, how much you think you attach to somebody. Because once you do something detrimental to yourself, you will have to face the consequences. Regardless of how much you crying about it, how much you venting about it, how much you want people to feel sorry for you. It doesn't change the fact that you are going to have to face the consequences.
They say ain't nothing new under the sun. Giving somebody your 401k sounds pretty new to me. I'm stuck on that because you were focused. I mean, you were stacking up that 401k and you just gave it all away. What does a man do or say to infiltrate your brain for you to do that? And then it's like this economy, not just the economy, but this system, the way it's designed to keep you stuck in a cycle. You don't want financial freedom. You don't want to retire, because that's more important to me than, but everybody got different shit that's important to them. So, girl, I know nobody's perfect, but that's your 401k.
Extremely transparent. I'm not too bit shocked about the lady that sat up here and pretty much cleared her 401k to pay her husband's back due child support, and now he's cheating on her. Cheating on her with her cousin. I've heard multitude of stories. I actually know some person, God bless the dead, that did that. Came up on some money, paid off her boyfriend, at the time boyfriend's back due child support, got engaged, and when it was all said and done, the man up and left. This happens very often. So when people are like, oh, I'm so shocked, I'm so surprised, I'm not. You'd be surprised how many desperate women do the most irrational things behind men. Because there's no way I'm paying back paid child support. There's no way. I can't be that desperate. I'm sorry. This just can't be.